Miracle Day. We say life is filled with miracles. There are just days that are really a testament to that. And for me, it's a miracle day. And if I cry all the way through, they are tears of love and joy and gratitude. This is Stefana. Stefana and I have known each other, I believe, 20 plus years.
Yes.
And that we would be here in this place together on this Sunday is truly a miracle. Stefana is a woman of service. Stefana lives a life dedicated to serving, to loving, to caring, to healing, to assisting people who are in various stages of life and passing. She is most of all a musician, a creator. And in the years that we have been together, the experience of the creation of her music, the things she has written, the songs that she creates, the special heart that she brings to her music is something indescribable and more than rare. It's miraculous. So she currently splits her time between Long Beach, California, and Santa Barbara, where she is in service to others. Most of all, we are family together. We've been through a lot of phases and changes of family, but most of all, we are family together. And in the experience of our shared sense of family, it is not just my honor, but my gift, my blessing to have her here in this place and to share the gift of the experience of Stefana with you. So we'll be doing more music. We're going to change things a little today. It's always good to change things. If you are stuck in routine, give it up now. Because you're going to have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. I invite you to open your hearts and your minds and your spirits and be present. Just be present to drink in the gift of this day. So I love you more than I can say. I think that tears will be present here and maybe down in the front row. For all things on this day, we are grateful. You're right to be here.
Here's the key. You gotta trust what you can't see. And in time, God does reveal. And yes, I do. Won't let You slip through the palm of no hands. Always remember that I do understand. And I'm your footprints in the sand. Take my hand, she says. Oh, oh, oh. Be still inside to recognize each open door. God swings before you. Try not to move in haste. You gotta slow down your pace and stop where you are and slam every rose. 'Cause I have a plan, yes I do. Won't let you slip through the palm of no hand. And always remember that I do, child, understand. Yes, I do. I'm your footprints in the sand. Come, take my hand. I have a plan. So much good is waiting for you. Yeah. Oh, lucky. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning. Nice to see you again. Yeah. Thanks for bringing a friend. Yeah. Good morning to each of you. Welcome in the warm and loving spirit of unity. If you are online with us this morning, we have new experiences in store for you today. And each of them is our dedication to bringing forth good, bringing forth a deeper realization of the presence of God within us and all around us. On a Sunday morning we say, there is only one presence and one power, God the Word, omnipotent. There's only one presence and one power active in our
within and around and in and through all. In that realization, we claim that we cannot be separate from that which is good, that which is life itself, that which is the presence of the purity of the unfolding of perfect order in and through the universe, in and through all of life. In recognition of our welcome to everyone who comes here or sees us online, we claim we are family. We are family maybe of different mothers and different fathers. We are family of being and family of the heart. Our group, our gathering, Unity at Skagit Valley, is dedicated to the acceptance of one another in all the multitudes of forms and manners of expression that present and honor us on any given Sunday morning. So I live in abundant life. I do. Miracles show up everywhere. You come and share your Sunday, August 11th. How did it happen?
Jerry, there are no lights on this.
Light her up.
Yep. Light on?
No, no lights are on, it won't come on.
There you go. Sunday morning, Unity Skagit Valley.
It's working now. It just makes us think, right?
It's not.
Thank you, Mary. Good morning. Nice to see everyone. Sunday, prosperity, August 11th. I live an abundant life. It often has been said you can't take it with you. While it is true that money and material possessions must be left behind when I transition from this life.
Are you sure?
We
Is it one of those questionable things?
And
Are there options?
won't know till we die. Material possessions must be left behind when I transition from this life. These things are not the source of my prosperity. My true wealth lies in my consciousness, my ability to give and receive love, to share what I have and receive from others with equal joy, to understand and use the creative power of thought, and to know myself and all people as living expressions of the divine. I live consciously and abundantly, making wise use of the earth's resources and drawing upon the limitless storehouse of divine ideas. Through the power of God within me, I enrich my life physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And from Matthew 6, verse 20, but store up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal. Thank you.
Now open the lid and put it inward and notice something.
The magic of what is it,
B40.
W40.
It's the little thing. My handy dandy helper team came in early this morning and fixed my I had a conversation, if you weren't here last week, had a conversation about the phone because I went to slip something in and then I went to take it back out and the squeak was a deafening squeal. We're grateful you're here on Birthday Sunday. If you could not see the happy birthday,
We are honoring and celebrating those who have a birthday in August. There is a fabulous cake, beverages, and an invitation, if it's your birthday, to be sure and stay to be celebrated. If it's not your birthday, you can eat as much cake as you like, because there's a substantial quantity of it. And share time and love with one another. If you have an August birthday and you're not too shy to say so. Anybody? Jerry!
Yep.
Happy birthday, Jerry.
Yay.
Yay!
Ward.
Yay! Ward? Yeah, birthday. But
Cool.
it already happened, right?
No.
It's coming.
When?
What day?
Wait,
25th. Jerry, what day for you?
24th. I'm older than Ward.
By a whole day.
Well, we are happy to celebrate you in this August month of birthdays. Our prayer box is this small brown box on the credenza. We invite you to fill out a prayer request, place it in the box, or go to our website, unitysv.org, and see what's going on the website, number one. Number two, submit a prayer request. They go off from here to where our team prays with them for a month, and then they go off to Silent Unity at Unity Village for a month. So please fill up our prayer box. Our prayer ministers love to serve you in that way. We have a board meeting coming up on Tuesday. My class, well, I can't say it's my class, it's your class. The spirituality of age continues on Tuesday mornings online. And those are all the announcements I have this morning, unless there's something special we need to know that I'm not thinking of. I love it when it's short like that. You remember my napkin from Eve is still hanging on. I had to take it back from Steve Mason last Sunday. He tried to confiscate my napkin. I was like, no way, Steve. That's mine, and I see you got it. In this house, we laugh a lot. We try our best. We tell the truth. We hug often. We make mistakes. We never give up. We always forgive. And we always have fun. I just think that's the best kind of statement we could make about who we are and what we stand for. So, where you been? What have you been doing? I was privileged last night to see that on the Swinomish Reservation, they were doing canoe races and had the whole area emptied out so that whatever tribal gathering is going on, and it's huge, they were out in the canoes and paddling and racing and enjoying the experience of whatever powwow or I'm never sure what the names of the various celebrations are, but there are a whole lot of people over there, and whatever's going on is probably open to the public and really enjoyable. So if you haven't been to the reservation, it's in Connor, across the Rainbow Bridge on the other side, and a blessing, truly a blessing for us all. Blessing to the world. Today we're a blessing to the world. So let's join in singing Blessing to the World. It's in your program, and then meditation time. are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. If you can set aside what you're holding and settle into the place where you're sitting. Allow the chair to support you and allow yourself to be open and receptive to the still small voice within you. As you breathe, consciously breathe. You do so in the awareness that you are journeying within to the place of all peace, to the place of all wisdom, to the place of all understanding. I journey within, consciously connecting to the life force of my being. A life force that is without beginning and without end. And the breath. The breath is the doorway. When I breathe and relax and expand, I discover that the peace has been waiting, that the love and comfort has been waiting. That the healing power of life has been present. That the light that we see is already here. And then we come to rest. We come not to cause for Spirit knows our every need. We come not to force, but to allow. We come to realize that the power of all that we call the divine or the great one is here, where we sit, where we stand, where we move. And now, in this very present moment, all that we see is present. As you relax, allow Spirit, the presence of life, to mend you. As you remember that you are whole and perfect, just as you've always been. Just as you always will be. The rhythm of the presence within is a rhythm of harmony and order. And you allow it to soothe your mind, to ease your tension. Perfect order present in every step, in every breath. And as you breathe in, as you allow, the radiant light of your being moves through every cell and atom and bit and particle of you, that the light within you is filling you to overflowing with this presence that requires only a breath. For you are the light of the world, and the radiance of your being shines far and wide and within and deep and behind and before and beside and above. The radiance that you are is lifting you up and moving through you with a gentle but constant flow. Today we affirm that the power you need, the strength that you need, the wisdom you're seeking, the healing that's taking place in you is lifting you up, providing you with all that you need. Arise. In spirit I rise. And for this and in this knowing, we give thanks. A deep breath, a deep feeling of gratitude. And so it is. Amen.
You're broken down and tired, living life on a merry-go-round. And when you can't find the fighter, well, I see it in you, so we gonna walk it out and move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, rise like the wind. Rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 for you, for you, for you. When silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise you we'll bring the world to its feet and we'll move mountains and bring the world to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. Rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, ride like the wave. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. we need is hope. And for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll we'll rise up, rise like the day. We'll rise up, rise unafraid. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the age. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, ride like the wave. I'll rise up, in spite of the pain. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again, 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 again. For you, for you. For you, for you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you.
All Sundays together, Stefana and I. Okay. You've been watching the Olympics every night till they sign off. I love it. 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 There's some parts of it I'm kind of like, okay. But that's only because I can't ever imagine doing it. Like I have a hard time imagine doing any of it, but some of it more than others. Something happens, and it is watching people rise to the edge of their capacity. It's the testament over and over again of what it means to rise above obstacles, to rise into strengths and levels of endurance that we can hardly conceive. We watch as they run and swim and jump and all the things. And every one of them, when they're spoken to after whatever their event, indicates, I knew I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. I knew I had it in me. That phrase. I knew I had it in me to do that. And then they break records and move faster than anybody ever has to do whatever it is they're doing. And they inspired that something in me that asked the question, what do I know that I can do? What's in me? Where's the secret I'm hiding about what's in me? So, what do I know about this something that shows up when people are on field or doing whatever they're doing? But what happens? Some of them know from the time they're small children that they will be doing that thing, whether it's diving or swimming or gymnastics or whatever. And what they say is, it was in me all the time. It was in me all the time. Some people discovered it later and started running and jumping later. Some people, when they were in their earliest childhood, began to demonstrate these skills. But what I see is the demonstration of the accomplishment of one impossibility made possible over and over and over and over. And it's extraordinary. And it demonstrates the power of what's in us. Other things demonstrate the power of what's in us, but it's so extraordinary when you witness it, one event after another, after another, after another. I watched the courage and the confidence that's present. A confidence like somehow it's not just the body, it is something that generates the body, something that is bigger than just body function. And some win and some come in last, and some fall down on the track or don't make it through to the end. And for them, what I hear them say is, it's such an honor to be here. Such an honor to be in the Olympics. It's such an honor to push my skill beyond where I knew I could go. Didn't win a medal, might not have completed the race, but somehow had the opportunity to tap into more than they had ever experienced. And in the winning and in the falling short, there wasn't a loss because they were there. It was enough that they were there. And so measurement might have been in breaking records, but the reality was they were in a dream come true. Love that. So this thing about potential, this thing about potential that we believe has something to do with age or viability or what we can and can't do, what we can rise to, if you will. The potential that we speak of, the language of unity, is the inherent divine potential in all things. That all things are encoded with divine intelligence, divine perfection, divine potential. potential not yet realized until somebody steps on the track of whatever it is that you're moving through in your life, and experiences what that draws. We say life is about growth and learning, and then we find ourselves in things that seem impossible to grow through or to learn. And yet, when we're actually in, we could call it the race, the hurdle time, we discover our capacity, our potential to be more than we realize. And in that being more than we realize, there emerges these stages of development, and we look at them and we say, this is extraordinary. You know, this is extraordinary. Look at the way Spirit works in my life. Look at the way Spirit is manifesting in my life. We don't say, I do everything. We don't say, I do that which makes all of this happen. We say, no, the potential is right there. The heartbeat of it is right there, manifesting in this moment and in this experience. So I saw a story a few weeks ago about a Buddhist temple in Japan that has, I love these stories. I have about 50 of them. But I love them, and each one of them makes a difference. At a famous Buddhist temple in Japan, pots of lotus flowers augment the already breathtaking scenery of the temple. But they're more than what they seem. Like that phrase. We are more than what we see. The lotus is a foundational part of Buddhist iconography, but the plants sitting in front of the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the temple were grown from seeds found buried in a layer of dirt from a pond dug by monks there over 200 years ago. These beautiful, pure white lotus hanging out in the dried up dirt for far longer than 200 years. In terms of manifest potential. When I'm talking about 200 years, I'm not talking about a measurement of time. I'm talking about the latent potential that was already infused within those seeds, that was simply waiting for right condition. Right order, right condition. So 200 years, they're found. But the potential within the seeds themselves was infinite and eternal in the manifest design of a lotus seed, or a Stefana, or a Betsy, or anyone, or anything. The latent, now imagine that nothing was dead. It was simply latent potential, waiting for condition, which had no time measurement of time or space. And when the conditions, through the discovery of the seed, pulled out the dirt, were nurtured and honored, they came to bloom fully. The seeds were recovered when the pond was excavated 25 years ago, and are now bearing a special kind of lotus flower, milky white and diaphanous. The monks say they're pleasing to look at during moments of stillness. These flowers are similar to those depicted on the ancient murals of the temple's Phoenix Hall. The fact that after 200 years the seeds were still capable of growing into a plant epitomizes the true nature of the lotus plant, not as a dainty ornamental, but as a hardy survivor. Anyone familiar with lotuses know they continue to bloom even if the water is filthy and contaminated. Kay and I had a lotus pond. Temple officials who place around 50 pots of lotus plants on the temple grounds every season said the flowers began to bloom last week. They added that many buds are still being formed and the color of the flowers appears good. They will last for a season. 200-year-old lotus seed, maybe 200 years old. Who knows? Under the right conditions, explode into exactly what they're made to be. I was doing some Eric Butterworth study. Eric Butterworth is one of the longtime premier Unity ministers out of New York City. He has now passed. But he said, no matter where you are on the ladder of life, no matter what you may be experiencing, no matter how many heartaches you've had, or how many conflicts you have, there is more in you. There is a divinity in you. The kingdom of God is within you. And I think this should be our greatest concern today. Instead of overly commiserating about the general immorality or the lack of quality or the lack of good leadership, we need to be taking a hard look at the need for education in human and divine potential and how it can be effectively released. He said, we're so out there when we are not even any longer seeds. We are in these stages of our bloom and growth and movement forward in keeping with this infinite divine potential that is unceasing and requires simply a little attention and a little nurturance as we come to see ourselves in a reflection of that God-given beingness that we are and have always been. He said in the talk about human potential or even divine potential, there's often the suggestion of putting something into us, of conditioning the subconscious mind with new power and new ability. But he said, my friends, God can never be more than God nor less than God. And man, woman, you, me, created in God's image likeness, can never be more than that God pattern within us, nor can we be less than that. This gives rise to another series of statements that, as we say today, are absolutely mind-boggling. We can receive only what we already have. We can become only what we already are. We can learn only what we already know. It's a matter of realizing potentiality, not adding to but drawing forth, not pasting on, not building into but releasing or evolving that which is involved and evolved by the presence within. He said, this thing about we're going to make more of ourselves as divine beings through finding the right formula. Take a sip of right formula and So when people say to us, you're already awake, or your divine potentiality is already fully present, we say, well, I'm not able. I hope I can be able. I used to be able. It's a wonderful piece. It's very meaningful because every time we hear it, it allows us to move a little nearer, perhaps, to an acceptance. So we look at these kids or young people or whatever age they are, surfing and doing and being, and we say, look at that potential. When what we need to be doing is turning around to look at that potential. Look at that potential. Look at that potential. And ask the question, not the potential to accomplish, the acceptance of the potential to be, without the need for the permission of the world or the box of a particular way of being. So I saw a Facebook post, this wonderful artist's work. His name is Edgar Zuniga Jimenez. He's a Costa Rican sculptor. And if you can look at these, whatever you call those, wood things. Beams, as I thought. And imagine it much wider, big pillar type thing. He carves from the wood of those pillars these beings. They're very muscle, sinew, strong figures. But they're at various stages within these pillars of having the top down, the bottom up, and they're caught between the two. They're caught between these two halves of the pillar, or maybe less than half. Some of them absolutely collapse down by the weight of the pillar. Some of them a little up with the pillar, the upper part of the pillar raised just a little bit. And then there's one, so the one I'm looking at has like 5 figures in it. Has one of the 5 who's actually carrying the top of the pillar. He's standing and he's carrying the top of it. He's not under it. He's not oppressed by it. He's not suppressed by it. He's not bound down in this abject state of being. He's standing and he's carrying it. And I looked at it and I thought, the symbology of this is me in different states of my growth, in different times of my evolution. Some that come and go, but nonetheless, in looking at it, it's like, where am I in the raising of that which seems to oppress me? And what every great teacher would say is, I am where my mind has put me. I am where my idea about my life and who I am has commissioned me to be. And that at the moment we decide to rise up or climb up or move from that idea or that thought or that experience or whatever our pillar is, and can get our hands under it with with some sort of thought that says, I am an infinite being filled with infinite potential, moving on a path of life filled with infinite opportunity and possibility. When I can get under it enough to accept that as a divine child it means there's nothing missing. When I can get under it enough to create space to notice that I may be a 200-year-old dried seed, but I've got potential to rise out of that experience because I am filled with all of the energetics and all of the life force energy and everything that can bring that into being in a new form, in accord with the divine pattern, or, if you will, a divine foundation of being that is emerging in this moment in time. Until I can call myself divine in nature, filled with infinite potential, and begin to breathe that as a reality. Not as an ego statement, but as the most humbling knowing we can come to. I am a divine being with the energy of infinite potential, no matter how long dormant, to rise in this moment to what it is before me that is calling me forward or raising me up. Dadas said, keep on keeping on. Not as a harsh statement. Keep on keeping on. The day we say no to our divine potential, or to the divine doing its perfect work in us, is the day we put ourselves under our own pillar and give our lives over to the suppression or the oppression of our own divine expression. And at what moment do we make that turn? Well, when do we? And does it make everything all better forever? No, it means you gotta climb that mountain. And then there's another one, and then there's another one. Because what? That's the way life works, not because it's about you personally. Well, it is, but it's not. I mean, the universe didn't say, you're the one I've got to play into submission. No, the universe said, infinitely, intricately woven into all, in all times, in all ways, there can be no other. A 200-year-old white lotus seed. You can do better than that. Although it's pretty glorious. You know, they find things that have been in the ground for thousands of years. It's waiting. It's waiting. There was an old story about Texas in one of the numerous dry spells, which they're not having now. But I remember it out of one of Eric Butterworth's books. It was dry, cracked earth in all directions. And one day it started to rain, and it rained for 24 hours. And the next day, everything was this expanse of color. The bluebells came up from that dried up earth that hadn't seen water for, I think they said, 7 years, and filled the fields with color. Every time we take a little step forward, we fill the universe with a little more light, friends. A little more light. any day we step through what's inviting us to meet and step through, the world lights up. Life becomes something more. How glorious it is. Let us share our tithes and love offerings. And if somebody can find our kids. Thank you. I give joyfully and easily, for God is my source, and abundance is my nature. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your light-filled presence. What we give goes round and comes right back. And so it is, we give thanks.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming. But sometimes a voice inside me says you won't reach it. Each step I'm taking, each move I make sometimes feels lost with no direction, but my faith ain't shaking, 'cause I've got to keep trying, gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain I'm gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, sometimes I have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. No, no, it's the climb. Struggles I'm facing, chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments I'm gonna remember most. I gotta keep going, 'cause I've got to be strong. Just keeping on. Yeah. There's always gonna be another mountain I'm gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, sometime I'm gonna have to lose. Doesn't matter how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. Oh, no, no, it's the climb. There's always gonna be another mountain, always gonna wanna make it move. Always it's gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I gotta have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. No, no, no. It's the climb. Yeah, yeah. It's the climb.
Love yourself. As always. What are you waiting for? Get in here. Hey, you guys. Hi. Hi, you. Hi. You're 8? No. Seriously? Well, congratulations on today's birthday day. Did you know that? So, children of light.
Love you. We bless you. And we appreciate you just the way you are.
What do you got in your nose? Yes, well, that would be so. Alright, so, you know the words for the prayer? No?
I do, I just don't know how to say them in order.
Let's join together then. The love of God surrounds us.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Did you cover your lips too? No. Okay. I just wondered, they look like maybe it happened that way. We have a special closing song today, instead of Let There Be Peace on Earth. I'd like you all to stand, get kind of close up and personal with each other, and let's sing Love to Fill the Room. Good idea.
I want to do something with the cake.
Let me walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet, to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
Maybe you want to turn and face somebody.
Okay, I'll turn to face you.
I would whisper a song loudly, every heart that I first step is to realize that it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? When we stand together, it's our finest hour. We can do anything, anything. Keep believing in the power of can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? One more. Love can build a bridge. Love and only love. Your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? We're building, yes, I think we are. We're building big bridges.
Have a wonderful, wonderful and enjoy cake and some coffee. Say hi to Stefana. And take a moment together.